On August 28, 2003, Brian Wells, a 46-year-old pizza delivery driver, walked into a bank in Erie, Pennsylvania. He wasn't wearing a mask. He wasn't acting frantic. In fact, he appeared calm. Around his neck was a heavy metal device, what looked like a bomb, locked in place like a collar. Brian handed the teller a note demanding money. The note also claimed the bomb was real and would explode if police were contacted. The teller complied, giving him just over $8,000. Brian exited the bank and was stopped by police within minutes. As officers ordered him to the ground, Brian began to panic. He told them repeatedly that the bomb was real. He said he had been forced to rob the bank and that he had been given instructions to follow. Something about a scavenger hunt that could lead to the bomb's removal. Police kept their distance, unsure what to do. The bomb squad had not yet arrived. Brian sat on the pavement, crying, begging for help. Then, in front of officers, the bomb detonated. Brian Wells was killed instantly. At first, the case looked like a tragic but straightforward crime, an armed robbery gone wrong. But when investigators examined the bomb, they realized something disturbing. The device was real, and it was deliberately designed to be impossible to remove without specific tools. Investigators began retracing Brian's steps earlier that day. They learned Brian had been lured to a rural location under the promise of a pizza delivery. When he arrived, several people ambushed him. The bomb was locked around his neck, and he was given a set of written instructions. Those instructions sent him on a scavenger hunt, a series of puzzles and clues scattered across the countryside. The instructions were deliberately complex and time-consuming. Even if Brian had followed them perfectly, experts later concluded he would never have reached the final step before the bomb exploded. In other words, Brian was never meant to survive. The investigation uncovered a small group of conspirators led by Marjorie Diehl-Armstrong, a woman with a long history of manipulation, mental illness, and violent tendencies. She had recruited others to help carry out the plot. The motive was money. Diehl-Armstrong believed Brian would either die during the robbery or be killed by police. Either way, she planned to collect the stolen cash afterward. Brian, who had limited intellectual functioning, was seen by the group as expendable. The scavenger hunt clues were later found scattered across the area, some buried, some hidden in plain sight. They were cruelly specific, timed, and riddled with impossible tasks. This wasn't a robbery plan. It was an execution disguised as one. In 2010, Marjorie Diehl-Armstrong was convicted on multiple federal charges related to the crime. She was sentenced to life in prison without parole. She died in custody in 2017. Even after convictions, questions remain. Did Brian know more than he admitted? Did he believe he could survive? Or was he simply trying to buy time, hoping police could save him? What is certain is this. Brian Wells spent his final minutes terrified, trapped in a device designed to kill him, while surrounded by help that arrived too late. A man was used as a pawn. A crime was staged as a puzzle. And one of the most disturbing true crime cases in modern U.S. history unfolded in broad daylight. Subscribe for more real, documented stories like this.